Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Ruka.
And Big Boy Summer here bringing you a hot or not.
Today, Vivy Flora iSong is in the hot seat, so let's judge. Creativity. This is an AI, brings an end to the world. Where have we heard that before? Absolutely everywhere. But nothing like this. Straight away, started with a banger. Everybody dead, you dead, that guy dead, Maker dead, like just dead. And while this is happening, you've got this lovely song because AI want to make you feel happy through his song. And then it cuts to the AI actually singing, and what is before her? Dead, fire. It's actually just mad. So I thought that the the inside of the AI no, it's mad. I also thought that when Vivy got powered down into the archive, the inside of her was really interesting. I've never seen it done that way. Usually it's from the outside perspective of you powering down an AI to do something, to recircuit something, or to put some kind of settings in. But I've never seen it from actually inside the AI, from the AI's perspective. It's like seeing inside the AI's actual brain. And I thought that was really interesting to do it that way as well.
After that, I don't know where I go from there. On a level, okay, in terms of creativity, just like Ruka said, where have we heard this story before? We're going to create AI, they're coming to bite us back in the backside. Matrix, iRobot, all of them things there.
Even games,
whatever. But boy howdy did they start this nicely. Jeez! So you mean to tell me that if you want to get my attention, all you have to do is just have lovely tunes and a nice little merry-go-round speaker box singing thing, run up on the person and run them over. But that had me hooked from day. And as a programmer as well, I really do like the geeky side of this, because the singularity, which is obviously when human and machine become one, the compartmentalization, where you've got the interface on the inside, which was Vivy's mind that Ruka described. That was the interface for the software side of this machine. And then you've got the hardware dropping down and speaking. Bruv, you know what? I'm down.
Entertainment. So like I already said, the opening was mad. The happy music while the massacre is going on. And I also liked the idea of the AI having a one mission, because if they had too many things to do, they couldn't adequately grow. So I actually liked the idea of that, but at the same time, it really more reflects poorly on the humans more than the AI, because it means that you weren't smart enough to program them to be able to do multiple things and grow. I mean, you should be able to do that because computers can do multiple things in the background, also doing other things, running all these different types of operations. You should be able to do that with AI as well. Get your life. But in terms of the entertainment, I thought that they had comic relief characters. They had Vivy, who is really stiff. And I think that that's why they needed so many other dynamic characters around Vivy, or Diva, whatever you want to say. I'm going to call her Vivy. You needed these dynamic characters around her because she is so stiff and she obviously hasn't grown. She's a whole last year old though, so I thought she would have more progression. But like the other AI said to her, it's because you don't speak to other people, so you're not growing, you're not learning how to be more like a human being, you're not mimicking enough. So I actually thought that it was nice the way they added these little elements and explained why Vivy is like that. It's not just that they created a crappy character that's not going to have growth. It's not Dragon's Dogma.
Jeez.
You're going to have growth, and we've got the reasons why and how the characters possibly can progress as an AI character. And I also thought it was really cool how Vivy as an AI was just completely shutting down Matsumoto because she viewed it as a virus. So there was a lot of things going on here. It was really fast. Usually I'm complaining that acting was slow, but it moved so fast I had to rewind a couple of times just to make sure I got all of the dialogue. You know, I don't understand Japanese like that. I need my subtitles, you know.
Okay, so in terms of entertainment, I always ask this question: do I want to see episode 2? What kind of things would make me want to see episode 2? A sick-ass opening. Concepts to do with humanity as a whole, and that whole philosophical push and pull between technology and evolution. That might help. The ideas of programming and seeing how programs evolve from back in the day inheritance to compartmentalization, which was basically having one mission. One function does one thing as opposed to it doing multiple things. That might help. To be honest, as Ruka said, there was so much going on and it was really fast paced, and I was at the edge of my seat trying to absorb all this information, and I really thought that even though it was a lot of information, they handled it okay. I think they did a good job.
Character development. We have Navi, who I have nicknamed AI because because even though the things that Navi is saying is true, you know, like saying to Vivi, you can't really feel emotion, and no one really wants to see that because you can't convey emotion because you can't feel emotion. It was all true, but the way that it was being said was just cruel for no reason. So if you're saying, oh, you can't feel, and obviously Navi seems to be more advanced in terms of being more like a human, you are a Sensei AI. Why are you shitting on Vivi's dream like that? It's just for what? It's her one mission and you just shit on it at every opportunity and laughing. You're literally laughing.
But that laugh was
Come
deep,
on, fam.
though, wasn't it? Like, you saw the decibels on the thing, it was deep.
So Navi and Matsumoto are clearly the comic relief to the whole situation. They're both quite funny, and it is needed with such a dark opening and premise as well. And also, I actually thought that Matsumoto speaks extremely fast.
Yeah.
And it seems to be directly in relation to the importance of the mission, the time restraints that are on this, because there are loads of, he spoke about loads of different pinpoints in history that is going to lead to this war that is in 100 years. And so he speaks so fast, and I actually thought that was such a smart thing to add. Yes, he speaks very fast and I need to rewind that, but it's directly in correlation to that, and I thought it was such a smart move. And then, of course, you've got Vivi, who wants to fulfill her mission, and, you know, she thinks that just hard work will get it done. But as any human being knows, hard work isn't going to get you where you want to go at all times. Sometimes it's not just hard work. There's other things that come into it. You can have the hardest working person broke as F. And I think it's really cool how she doesn't understand how lifeless she is, because she's still AI and she hasn't had that growth. So even though she's being told this information, there's nothing that she can do with that information because she hasn't had that level of growth to understand it or to change it.
So for me, in terms of character development, Ruka's already said we know who the comic reliefs are, but I want to talk more about Vivi. Now, here we're presented, well, I guess the writers and the whole production crew are presented with a character where they can actually have a wooden character. They can actually have a character that they don't have to put efforts in to make them relatable. And yet they still manage to convey her sort of personality and make it relatable. They've done a very good job in making sure that you understand her motivation by giving us the mission and actually understand why she's going above and beyond that mission. Because, like, let's think of it this way. If I was a computer and my mission is to make everybody happy, I go one out of two ways. I break my back until everyone thinks that my songs are great, or I murder 99% of everybody, leave one person and make sure they're happy with my song. Everybody happy in it. So, you know what I mean?
No!
Character development, they've actually humanized her without humanizing her and left her wooden in order to make us realize that she's still an AI. I think they've done a very good job with Vivi.
And dehumanized you, apparently.
Boy, well, you know, Big Boy Sam is a little bit screwy anyway, so.
World building. This world is terrifying. Like, it is terrifying. You know, people are being hunted. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. You've got these little drone cameras that will just pummel you to death. Like, yo!
From the sky, whoa!
For what? But aside from that, no, also you've got the robots with like the contradiction. They're saying all the nice words. Can I help you? Can I help you? Is there something I can help you with? While busting down the door to murder you? Like, it's crazy. It's wild, man. But then, even after seeing that opening, and I saw the present day, and I saw like the robot park, I was like, oh, cool. I'd like to go there.
Rookie, you're twisted, fam.
No, what I'm saying is, right, the world that they've created is actually a believable world. Like with the AI and the robots and stuff, that is a possibility today. That could really happen because there has been a lot of progress with like robotics and different types of things. The technology is kind of there. Maybe not to have a world quite like this, but the technology really is there. Yeah, it really is there.
We're not far off.
No, we really are not far off. That could be a possibility. And when I did see the world, I know I saw the calamity. But it did seem like a fun place. It seemed interesting. No, seriously.
No,
like, come on.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's how I knew they had really hooked me. The fact that after seeing that, I was still like, you know what?
It was at that point. Luca was like, I want to be in that world.
No, I don't want to be in that world, but it just seemed like, it seemed pretty cool. I mean, without the killing.
It's got 100 years, fam. It's got 100 years, isn't it?
Exactly.
You won't even live through it.
If we're at the beginning of the 100 year, then I'll have a happy life. That will be cool. I won't have to be there for the calamity.
Wow.
No, I'm messing. Of course, the 100 years is to stop this from happening, but it is very relatable. It does seem like it is possible. They did it very well. They got the emotions there. The color as well is just actually... I love when an anime can have a dark theme, but they don't have to translate it in their palette when they're actually creating the anime. Like with Mars Red, they were like, oh, vampires, nighttime, washed out colors, or they make it so dark that you can't see anything that's on the screen. They just flip this on its head. A lot of anime do this as well, where they're just like, other side picnic, very bright. It doesn't have to be dark all of the time in order for you to understand what is going on. We're not stupid, so...
Yeah, like Demon Slayer. That was white as snow.
Oh my god, and still gets me.
In terms of world building, I don't want to live there like Ruka in it. But you see children, adults, elderly, and then the robots are mixed in. Look at how they reacted to the emergency. That is sort of what first responders would do, but with technology, and it seemed in place. Everything fit, and nothing looked out of place in that situation. And if you're going to build a world, that's the kind of thing at your foundation you need to do. Yes, there's other steps, and yes, there's other things that could be done better or should be done or whatever. But if you're going to do it this way and make sure things aren't out of place, you're pretty much on track, isn't it?
For execution. Basically, this is a world where AI have kind of taken over, everybody's dead, and now they have sent a robot with the mission to stop this from happening and basically kill all of the AI. Not quite sure why killing the AI is the option. I mean, couldn't we just change a little bit of things and keep the technology?
You're not going to go live there, fam. Chill.
Okay, but the one question I have that is burning, because okay, I understand the whole plot, but what I don't understand is the time travel. Also, the AI that's been sent back has decided to take on the name of his creator, Matsumoto. That kind of makes me feel that Matsumoto might have uploaded his consciousness before he was killed, but I still don't get the time travel.
I wanna do one better for you. We have time travel. Let's take that as given, yeah? If he's gone back in time to change things and nothing's happened or everything changes, then was the program created in the first place for him to go back in time?
Oh my god,
does
please,
it actually carry on going, or is it locked in fate? Like, what's going on? Are we destined to get to that 100 years? And all of this is just faff and we're joining the journey?
I hate you, big boy.
But are we though? Like,
to the verdict! Creativity, hot or not?
Okay, so initially I was gonna say not, because when I watched the trailer and read the synopsis, I was like, we've seen this before. But boy, was I wrong. It's a hot for me.
This is definitely a hot. They did a really good job with the creativity. They took something that we've seen over and over and over and over and over and over again for the longest.
And over again?
And they have added something very interesting to the story. So interesting that I cannot wait for episode 2. Entertainment, hot or not?
So I was thoroughly entertained, so it's a hot for me.
I was entertained from the beginning all the way until the end. I was sad that I was at the end. I thought it went too quick. Like, I wanted more. Definitely a big bad hot.
I think Ruka likes this one.
Character development, creators of ReZero.
Good point. So for character development, I think they smashed it. It's a hot for me.
Definitely a hot. They did a really good job with these characters. Love them. World building, hot or not?
Do you even need to ask though, fam? It's a hot.
It's a hot. It's a hot from both of us for sure. Plot execution.
No, but seriously, does him coming back in time really ruin the future?
Oh my
okay, all right.
God.
It's a hot for me for now, but definitely a hot for me.
It's a hot for me. Exceeded expectations. It is a hot for both of us for 5 out of 5 categories.
Wait, did we have a 5 out of 5 not? And now we have a 5 out of 5
Yes. That is exactly what has happened. Yeah. So let us know what you guys thought about Vivy. I mean, it's been out for a while, so I'm guessing some of you guys have watched the episodes and you're up to date. Please don't spoil it for us. We will be binging this at a later date.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Peace.